Here we go.
Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I think it is Tuesday, and this is video 2 of 2 on Tuesday. Now, I could do 3, but then that would ruin that. And I planned that and everything, scripted it. 2 for Tuesday. It's like a Domino's pizza offer. 2 for Tuesday. Anyway, what am I talking about? Let's get into the meat and potatoes. As I did a live yesterday, some of you joined me. Thank you very much. Some of you didn't. Some of you joined late. Replay crew. Hashtag replay crew. And look, thank you. But anyway, we spoke about a few things, and I always, when I do a live, I kind of break down some of the pointers that we talk about in that live into smaller size, bite-sized chunks for those that don't like doing the big long lives. I get it. Especially listen to my boring, monotonous, monotone voice for too long, which I'm turning this introduction to the video into a long, boring thing. We're a minute in. Sorry. Anyway, what are we talking about? We're talking about the beach video, because a few people had reached out to me and they said,
"Look, Harsh, watch the beach video. There's a new one, viral news."
Now, I know that some of you struggled and continue to struggle to find viral news because it's a small channel. It's quite hard to use the search function. You have to go into filters. Not everybody is a high-tech genius like myself. And as I said that, most of the moderators on this channel piss themselves laughing, because usually I touch things and things stop working. But yes, so there is a video, and the link to that video is now in the description of this video. And it is of the beach video, the infamous beach video that seemingly we've been told shows Jay. It's definitely Jay. You can see it's Jay. Not. It looks like it's been filmed on a fucking potato, as does most of the footage you ever see in any case that we ever speak about, where there's somebody who's saying they've got footage of something that proves something. Yeah, they pull out their Samsung Potato S4 and start filming, and you can't see shit. But some people are absolutely convinced that this is a video of Jay Slater. And what does this video seemingly show? It does seemingly show someone being attacked. The issue that I have with this video is I feel that there is a potential, because of all of the stuff that's going on around the Jay Slater case, that this could have simply been staged. Now, this video will then cut and show you what appears to be 3 people around a jetty, potentially moving things onto a boat. I'm not going to ruin the video for you, because you've got to go and see it for yourself. But this is purely my opinion. This is something that's out. This is something that's being pushed out by a few people, seemingly trying to state that it is a certain thing, and I want you to know how I feel about it. And I just don't trust anything. I think when cases like the Jay Slater case get as big as they do, they get get all of the clicks and the views, and people want to continue that on. There are people out there who will quite happily oblige and send people, whether it be content creators, they will send them stuff and say, look, I was in the area, I just happened to catch this, or I know somebody who was in the area and they caught this, have a look, what do you think? And it gets to the point where there is such an abundance of what I would call crap that it's very hard to then focus on the stuff that isn't crap. And like we've heard around the Jay Slater situation about this watch that was originally an Audemars Piguet watch that turned into a Rolex, that then formed a connection between Potter Paper's shop being broken into and seemingly a Rolex being taken, that then meant that there was a connection between Jay Slater and Potter Paper, and then Potter Paper, there was a connection between him and Ayub Kassim, and all of a sudden these things spiral out of control. And I fear that that's potentially what we're seeing with the beach video. We don't know who that is in that video. We simply don't. There has been audio extracted from it that people will put up writing on the screen what seemingly they're trying to say. It's someone shouting Jay or oh my god. And we saw something very similar done by one of the people who are covering the Jay Slater case, Joseph Morris. Yeah, Joseph Morris. on either one who had previously, in the Idaho 4 case, fabricated audio and passed it off as a segment of audio from the actual killings in the Idaho 4 case. Yeah, that happened. And it was actually audio from a domestic violence situation that happened on a live stream. And they'd literally just pulled it about and played about with it. So things happen. You've got to be very careful. If you are someone who is a sleuth, if you like, or you're someone who's just breaking into these cases and you want to become a content creator, I'd certainly say go ahead, go and do it. There is people, we need people who are willing to push the envelope, so to speak, because I think sometimes you have people who fear getting in the weeds. They fear that there will be repercussions. They fear that people will get upset. You're going to upset people, whatever you do, whatever you talk about, however you talk about it, and whatever side of the fence you are on, you're going to piss somebody off. But you just have to do your due diligence and make sure that if you're pushing something, that you are saying that you've been told it's something, but you're not sure it's something. Be very careful if you're going to put, and I'm not saying anybody's doing this, I'm just saying that when something goes out and it is pushed as if it is something, there are people who will take that for gospel, and they will now believe that there is footage out there of Jay Slater being attacked and stabbed on a beach, being taken somewhere, and his organs being removed, transported onto a boat, and being sold on the black market for 10,000 rupees. I don't even know how much that is. I don't even know where that currency came from. It was just the first thing that came into my head. But look, could there be things going on, nefarious things around the Jay Slater case? There certainly could be, and I am certainly somebody who was not falling hook, line, and sinker for this was all Jay's fault. He decided to walk 11 hours under no duress. No, he certainly wasn't out of his right mind. I just don't buy into it. I just don't buy into this was all Jay's fault and Jay made some decisions and walked himself off a cliff. I just don't see it. I think there are so many questions that have to be asked that seemingly weren't asked. And I'll say it because I've said it before multiple times. The thing what makes me feel that this was never looked into properly was the fact that Spanish authorities had deemed the last people, or some of the last people to actually see Jay Slater alive, were deemed that they were irrelevant to the investigation. And I don't see how you can do that, especially since they made that conclusion prior to Jay Slater even being found. It seemed to me that they were being prejudgmental. You know, they were perhaps treating this as another stupid foreigner who done something that they shouldn't have done and ended up dead. And that's how they were going to pass it off all along, whatever happened. Who knows? But yes, this beach video exists. Is it Jay? I don't know. I certainly wouldn't push it out and say, this is Jay Slater on the beach, go check this shit out. There is just a video that has been produced, has been made, and people feel that there is a potential that this could indeed be Jay Slater being attacked. Would it make sense? In the grander scheme of things, yes, it would make sense if he was indeed attacked somewhere and something happened to him. Perhaps he was wounded, hurt, and he was taken from there to a place out in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, it's possible. Is it out of the realms of possibility? Certainly not. Do I think that this is Jay in this video? At this stage, I have not seen enough evidence in that to conclude that that is in fact Jay Slater. But could it be? Yeah, it could. It could. Let me know what you think. Go and have a watch. Come back, check it out. Show some love over at Viral News. And I will catch you all either later or tomorrow, depending on how the day goes. Just make sure you have a good one. And I'll see you all then.